Hey, it's Big Legend, homie.
Welcome to Twinsinc Talk. I'm your host, Twinsinc. This may be good morning, good afternoon, or even good night. Thank you for tuning in to my show today. And we're going to talk about today is avoiding negative people. Just that simple. Avoiding negative people. And we're going to get right to it. So first off, negative people can affect your attitude. You know what? Negative people will discourage you. They will even try to drag you down with them to the dark side. Meaning that if they are not happy with their life or things happening for them, they're going to try to drag you in. What's the saying? Misery loves company. That's exactly what it is. Misery loves company. So you have to be mindful of who, what, when, where, of those people that you're talking to. What are they pouring into your life? You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful. And negative feedback from negative people affects your thinking. I mean, that's pretty much to the point. If someone is always negative about everything that comes out their mouth, their feedback they can give to you is not going to be helpful towards anything, because they're coming from a place of angry, frustration, just not what happy what's going on with their situation. So just be mindful of that. And their energy, oh man, they can drain your energy. And I say this because let's say you woke up and you feeling great today. You know, like, oh man, today's gonna be a great day. You know what? Or I'm coming back from lunch. Oh man, my lunch was great. I'm about to finish my day out strong. And then all of a sudden you get somebody coming over to you and just change your whole mood because something that's going on with them and they're not having a good day. So you know what? If I'm having a bad day, let me drag somebody else with me down this rabbit hole. Let me see how I can. Now, mind you, it's not that they're intentionally doing it. They don't. Let's be clear. They're not intentionally doing it. Most of the time, they don't know it. Now, some people do, but most of the time, I'll say maybe 8 out of 10 really don't know that they're negative people and their thoughts are processed. And of course, you try to tell them about that, they're gonna be like fighting you, like, no, that's not me, or or that's not my intention. You get those type of people, but you just gotta be mindful of that because that's gonna change your whole mindset. And of course, you want to stay away from people that are negative, because if they're always negative, trust me, you're not the only person who recognize who they are, what they are. So if a person that's always negative and then you're around them, what they say, birds flock together, something like that. So if you're always around that person, they're gonna lump you into that group or category as always angry, frustrated, angry black man, or angry black woman, or anybody. I mean, it has nothing to do with race, but I'm just saying, if you're always around negative people, they're gonna lump you in. So once again, be mindful. Be mindful of that. And most of the time, they don't really provide encouragement. They really don't. They sit there and talk to you about everything that's going on with them, and they don't have a solution. So sometimes I get frustrated with talking to some people sometimes because they just be talking, but they don't come with a. I'll be like, you know what? Let's work on a solution. And I even say that. But then as they start talking, they'll still, but still, like they want you to feel the same way they feel. They want you to be mad at the person as well, or, the way they're thinking, they want you to think it. They don't want you to be like, well, maybe this or maybe that person was thinking that. No, they don't want to hear that. They want you to still feed into whatever they're going through. So they'll never they'll never be that person that you can really encourage, or they can really encourage you. Someone said they are hard to get rid of. I don't believe that they're hard to get rid of. It's really is really your decision or your choice if you want to keep that certain person in your circle, or meaning that you want to keep talking to them. I mean, it's a choice. You can sit there and feed into their negativity all the time. You can. But, I'm all about speaking positive things in the atmosphere. Like, for instance, every morning I get up, and right before I leave the house, I'll say health, wealth, and happiness in my home. I even got that on my door. Not on the door, but on a wall next to the door before I leave. And I say it to my kids every day I drop them off before I go to school. So it's all about keeping that positive energy. Words have power, believe it or not. So you got to watch what you say. And then on top of that, life is too short. If you walk around always frustrated and upset, it's actually eating away with you. That can go into your your depression, your health, stress level. If you have high blood pressure, all that feeds into that, and that just puts you in a bad place. So you want to make sure you don't fall in that cycle, or feed into that negativity all the time, because there's nothing positive about negative. Positive, negative. You think about math. What else here? Oh, of course, those negative people. Oh man, they love drama. They will call you if they had 5 minutes left in their break just to tell you something that's juicy. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I'll be sitting there waiting, like, oh, tell me more. But after a while, you like, every time you call me, it's all about this person or that. Like, after a while, it gets old, it gets boring. Like, okay, I really don't care at this point, because especially if once you're in the mindset of, positive. So if you're in a positive mindset, you have business rolling, you have ideas going, you really don't have time to take in that negativity, because that can just change your whole outcome. So stay away from people because they love drama, and there's nothing really good out of drama. They won't hope you grow, or they won't grow, because they're stuck on the childish stuff. Let's keep it 100. They're not trying to grow. Most of those negative people, they know it all. You can't tell them nothing. Like, every time I talk to them, they'll be like, I know. I'm like, if you know, then how come you're not doing it? Gotta love them. So you really want to stay away from negative people, because especially if you're in a place of, let's say, creating a new business. Sometimes a negative person can really talk you out of your blessing, because they're not happy with their situation. And then, of course, if they're not happy in their life or with whatever they're going through, of course, they're not going to be very thrilled or excited about the blessings happening to you. As I stated before, they'll call you, and if it's something negative to talk about, they'll send a phone for a whole hour, 2 hours, just talking about whatever negative. But as soon as you start talking about, oh, I got this business now, and I made this much money, and I'm getting new opportunities, listen to them. Their tone and everything will change. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. But if it was something negative, they'll have all the juicy details and all. So just be careful when you're pretty much, like I said, starting business, because misery loves company. And also, I even go to say this. move in silence. And when I say move in silence, I'm referring to if you're, whatever decision, business plan, job, anything that you're doing, you don't have to tell everyone what you're going to do. Move in silence. I think we're all adults, you know. If you want, I mean, if you want to tell somebody, tell a family member, someone who's really like a, and everybody has a one family member that's like family, if they're not family, but you know who that person is. But everyone else don't need to know your business. You can tell them afterwards once you get your blessing, because sometimes you tell people stuff, it can really block your blessing. You just don't understand. You just, some people you just don't tell, you know, and some people you don't want praying for you. Yeah, I said it. Everybody, you don't want them praying for you. So, because they ain't got it. Sometimes their message ain't getting through. They got a barrier going through. So they may be praying for you, but they ain't going nowhere because that stuff ain't right. But yes, when it comes to anything you want to do, I say move in silence because you want to be able to, you know, have nothing negative against you, nothing in the atmosphere that's going to prevent you from getting whatever you want or getting to a place and location where you want to be in life. So it's very key that you just, sometimes you just have to be quiet, grind it out, and then once you get to the place of either you're walking in that blessing or you're about to start rolling and things are moving smoothly, then you can invite those people in. Hey, let me tell you what I'm getting into. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, that's good. Because I have a few friends, and you know, one of my friends have a great business, and they have another friend who's still new to business, but still hasn't found their own niche yet, right? But they'll take pieces of ideas of what one person's doing, twist it and make it unique their way, and then do it and make it seem like it's their idea, their business, which was never the case because you never had that drive or anything going forward. So, believe it or not, people will steal your ideas. It's just the cold world that we live in. I mean, America was built on stealing and killing and everything else. So it's everything's very competitive. So I would never sit here and say that, oh, you know, whatever your idea it is, just tell people. And no, 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 keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. And if you feel like you need to discuss your business plans with somebody, get them to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. It's for your protection and their protection, mainly yours. Reason why I say because if you have a business and you tell somebody about, hey, I'm thinking about opening up a coffee shop, right? They're gonna be like, oh man, don't do that. You're like, why? Well, you know, they got McDonald's selling coffee, Starbucks selling coffee, Dunkin' Donuts selling coffee. I mean, your competition is like through the roof. I mean, what do you got is gonna make you stand out from the other competitors? And then you're thinking like, dang, they do got a point. I mean, dang, how can I compete with the Starbucks and McDonald's and coffee and all that stuff? I mean, how can you compete with it if you think about it? And then all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? You're right. I ain't gonna do that. Thank you. You thinking right? Meanwhile, they turn around and do the same thing, right? And come out with their own coffee business. And you're like, hey, didn't we just talk about this? They're like, oh yeah, we did. But I talked to my other friend, and they said this would be a good idea, and so I did it. Instead of them coming back and say, you know what? I know I told you don't do it. I think you should do it. No, they kept it. They kept it for themselves, selfish, and did it. And now you sitting there, a little upset because your idea that you manifested, you told someone, and they took it and ran with it. And now that's going to cause a strain between you and that person, and it's just, yeah, it's very frustrating at that point. So you really want to be careful. And believe it or not, these things happen all the time. All the time. You need to be mindful when whatever ideas and anything you got going, you might want to keep it to yourself and get it going along before you start sharing. Because if someone is not in a place of I'll say financial freedom or being successful in their gifts, they're not gonna be happy for you and your gifts. So it also plays a role of you keeping the right people around you. If you got negative people around you, 9 out of 10 times you're not gonna go anywhere because they're stuck in a stagnant place. But if you got people around you who is very successful and business like minded, y'all can feed off each other and build each other up and motivate each other to get to a place of, whatever it may be. Full-time entrepreneur, job promotion, whatever it is. But the moral of the story is you make sure you keep those negative people away from you. You have to know who is the negative people around you. What is the benefit for them being around you? Are they doing anything to increase? It's cool to have friends, but at a certain point, we all are grown, and we have to get to a point like, what is the benefit? What's the benefit out of this relationship? What am I getting out of it? If every time I talk to you and I get off the phone, I'm drained, and you're telling me your problems, that's a problem. Me, if I'm on the phone talking to somebody and we're talking about business, I like to get off the phone fired up, like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do that. I mean, like, for example, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, p.m. Eastern time. But I had a conversation with my business colleague because I have a business, I have an accountability partner. And they're telling me some things they're doing. I'll tell them some things I'm doing. And they gave some good ideas. So guess what? I'm fired up. Normally I'll be laying down, ready to go to sleep tomorrow to go to work. But I'm fired up right now. There's something I want to get off my chest, and this topic is a very good topic to talk about because people need to know this. I don't. A lot of people don't discuss about, keeping positive and staying away from negative people in your circle. You just don't. I mean, some people just learn through trial and error. But I just want to relate this message. This was led to me. I want to share this because it's very key. It's a blessing now that I see a lot of my friends and colleagues, maybe not all be friends, but colleagues, that people are really launching their business. And it's like wow, it's good to see it. It's good to see a bunch of entrepreneurs. And I love supporting them and giving them knowledge. And I do not be looking for anything in return. My thing is this: if your circle is tight, then you're going to be tight. You understand? If everybody around you is making money, guess what? You're going to make some money. But if everybody around you is in a negative place, they're frustrated, upset, you need to change your circle.
Hey, it's Big Legend, homie.